Stacey here, and welcome to another edition of Double Vision. This is part 2 in my series on how to make paper flowers. For this version, we're going to use old magazine pages. So let's get started. For this flower, you're going to use pages torn out of a magazine. So if your edge is torn, cut it so it's straight. Then you're going to fold it over with the print you want on the flower on the inside. Fold it in half long ways. Make sure you crease that nice and straight. Then you're going to take it and fold each half over to match up with the bottom towards the crease. That gives you the print that you want on the outside. And then again, fold it over and crease it nice and good. So you have this sort of accordion situation. Next, you tape down the folds you just made with some double-sided tape. So that leaves you with a folded piece that has sort of a trough and ends in a solid edge. So then you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut little strips. You're making sort of a fringe here, and you're going to leave about 3/8 of an inch towards the bottom of where the edge is. So cut your little strips. They don't have to be perfectly even in width. It's kind of better if they're not, to be honest, because it gives a more natural looking flower. So let's speed this up and cut some fringe. Now you're going to flip it over, put some tape all the way down on the side, the double-sided tape, and then you're going to roll it onto something. You can use a dowel rod. I'm using a flower stem here, but I'm going to take it out in a second because it's easier to roll without it in there, but it gives you a good starting place. So you just roll it around and around. It'll hurt your hands. It takes forever, but here we go. At the beginning, you want to roll it so the non-fringed edge is even. As you get near the end, you want to roll it a little bit lower down than the layer in front of it. That just gives your flower a little more shape and dimension. When you get to the end, put glue along the seam and hold it together until it stays closed on its own, and then you can let it dry. A cute little flower. So you can fluff it out a little bit, pull apart some of the loops that make up the petals, squish it, move them around until you get a shape that you really like. Now that you have your flower, you're going to take some floral wire and cut it into the appropriate size stem. Then you're going to put glue on the edge of the stem, a lot of glue, and then you're going to put a lot of glue inside of the flower, and then you're going to connect them. Hold it there till it's steady, and then let it dry for quite a while. So once that's dry, then you can add leaves. I bought some paper ones from the craft store. You could make your own. You could use them from an old floral arrangement. Now the flower won't be super secure on the stem yet, but we're gonna make it so in a minute, so don't worry about it. Just be gentle when you glue your leaves on. Now you're gonna take some masking tape and reinforce your flower onto the stem. You're going to start the tape about where your cuts were from when you did your fringe. You're going to cover up the bottom of the leaves. You're going to wrap it around the bottom of the flower and onto the stem a little ways. Now you're going to wrap floral tape around the entire thing. I started with a little bit of glue and then I ended with a little bit of glue as well. So here's the finished flower, and here's a bunch of them in a bottle. They look really pretty there. So anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video on how to make a different kind of flower. We'll see you next time. Bye.